Here we are in the 21st century. We can smash subatomic particles together close to the speed of light to see what matter is really made of. We can program a robot to align itself with a comet after traveling 10 years in space, analyze the comet's materials, and transmit that analysis back to Earth. Communication and transport technologies that seemed magical only a few decades ago now connect us to a multicultural global village. But we still seem unable to inspire each other to stop using the power we have to inflict unjust and unfair suffering on others. The gap between the poor and the rich is growing. We all have our own history of suffering. We have suffered because we belong to a specific biological or cultural group. We have each suffered because we don't belong, because we do not conform, and because we stand out of the crowd, isolated in some very personal way. What have we learned from all of our suffering? Can we begin to deal with injustice and inequality if we cannot accept other human beings as our brothers and our sisters? Perhaps we need to begin by asking ourselves, what does it mean to be human? Does being human lie in our ability, unlike other animals, to create symbols? It is our symbols that give rise to language, stories, rituals, myths, poetry, entertainment, art, mathematics, logic, and scientific explanations. But we also use our language to imprison people in harmful stereotypes, reproduce the prejudices of our parents, and incite violence through our hate speech. Does being human lie in our highly developed brains? Unlike other animals, we have a large prefrontal cortex that allows us to step back from a situation, reflect on it, and see the bigger picture. It helps us to resist impulse, delay satisfaction, and plan for the future. But we are often not prepared to use our ability to see the big picture and plan, to find the best ways of sharing the Earth's natural resources, like land, water, and food. Does being human lie in our imagination, learning through play, asking questions out of deep curiosity, creating experiments that tease reality into revealing itself, thinking about possible futures that inspire us with hope, and innovating technology to improve the quality of our lives? But as great as our imagination and creativity are, so is our destruction. Through malicious cruelty, through neglect, and through the waste produced by our greed. Does being human lie in our ability to create technology? We may not have the speed and the strength of other animals, but we can adapt any environment to our needs. But we do not always give access to life-enhancing technologies to the most needy among us. How can we give every child on the planet the opportunity to grow up healthy in a 21st century full of possibilities? Things like genetic engineering and AI are going to challenge our ideas of what it means to be human. How can we talk about these things with intelligence and compassion? We need to start practicing these conversations now. Does being human lie in our spirituality? A yearning to connect with something bigger than ourselves, aligning our thoughts and actions with a wisdom greater than that of any individual human being, finding a meaningful place in our universe? Our spirituality can inspire what we think of as best in human beings, and unite us in solidarity with a community that cares and has extraordinary resilience. But we also allow religion to divide us and place us opposite each other through centuries of hate and misunderstanding. Being fully human may mean having the courage to name our real enemies, our fear of change, forcing us to hide behind our pain, the paralyzing guilt we suffer when we do not succeed according to some imagined ideal. the crushing loneliness that comes from believing we are not complete unless someone else completes us, the need for one absolute truth to conquer all others, and to justify our lack of intelligence and compassion, the ignorance that comes from not wanting to know what is really going on, the power that we give others over us, and the power that we wield over others, whenever it prevents them or us from participating in the creation of the future. Perhaps what it means to be human is not something we can find out there. Perhaps, if we look deep within, we might find all the clues to our place in creation lies in our own creativity. When combined with great intelligence and great compassion, this creativity has been called a divine spark, the image of the Creator, an insatiable yearning to connect with the infinite, the way the universe thinks about itself. How can we create what it means to be human together? How can we create what it means to be human together with people who think differently from us? How can we learn from our own suffering and face the challenges of the 21st century without causing anyone else to suffer unjustly and unfairly, giving everyone the opportunity and the right to be human?